To another awesome supplement that I am very, very excited to talk about this. So this is the Vitamin K2 MK7. Here is another one that we have not done a Today Special since December of 2019, I believe it was. So it's been a long time. I personally have never had the opportunity to present this before. Huge customer pick as well, with basically, once more, like 90-some%, I think it's like 93% of these perfect 4- and 5-star reviews. Let me quickly share with you the different options that we have, because you have something very special that will be for today and today only. You have your 60 capsules, you have your 120, you can see the savings there, the $15 savings, 25, 240 at only $59.90 from $104.90, you're saving 45, 480, fabulous, right? $169.90, you're spending only $99.90, saving $70, but today and today only, we are going, first time ever, and it's only for today, right, Andrew?
Yes, this is not going to be a normal size going forward, no.
Yeah. Look at the savings. So normally it's going to be $339.90. Check this out. $149.90 is your price. You are saving almost $200 today on that large size, the 1,000, which we've never done before, and is for today and today only. And I love to hear about this product, because this is a product, Andrew, I said, I never had the pleasure of working with you before with this one, and I didn't understand its really important, powerful impact on calcium and helping calcium, you know, get where it needs to be to actually do the job it needs to do.
It's the way our body works. It's a rather amazing, complex network of pathways and biochemistry, and all of the biochemistry sort of intersects. There's nothing that just works independently of, say, other processes. And when it comes to calcium, we generally think about calcium and we think about vitamin D. That vitamin D is essential for the absorption of calcium, and we figure it ends there. We get calcium in our body, it goes to our bones, and that's it. It's not that simple. And in fact, when you look at calcium, calcium is something that's found in every single cell in our body, not just in our bones. And certainly, the bulk of calcium is found in our bones, because it's part of the structure of our skeleton, and it's our strength of our skeleton. But at the same time, our bones serve as a reservoir for calcium in our body. It's where most of the calcium in our body is stored. So it's both part of the structure of our bones and a reservoir, a supply for the rest of the body, because every cell in our body needs calcium. But calcium also has a problem. Calcium can lead to calcification of tissues that we don't want to calcify. And calcification changes the elasticity and flexibility of tissues. We've often heard about calcification in our joints. That's not good. We want our joints to maintain their flexibility, resiliency. We also can hear about calcification in our arteries. In fact, a lot of us might have a calcium scan done on the coronary arteries, because it can give us a sense of cardiovascular risk. And that calcium scan is done because when calcium is integrated into our arteries, it can be associated with plaque formation, a reduction of our arterial flexibility and elasticity. So calcium is something that we don't want to see deposited in our arteries. We want to see calcium retained in our bones, the reservoir, utilized by all our cells as needed, but not deposited and causing calcification in tissues that can be damaged by that calcification. So vitamin K2 MK7, to make a long story a little shorter, it is basically the traffic cop for calcium. Biochemically speaking, what it does, it stimulates the retention and use of calcium in our bones, and it discourages, it inhibits the deposition, the integration of calcium into tissues where it doesn't belong, like our arteries and, say, our tissues in our joints. So again, there's constantly situations in our body where our body is called upon to repair and heal, and often that repair and healing process can be a little bit imperfect. And when it's a little bit imperfect, sometimes it integrates calcium inappropriately. Vitamin K2 MK7 is a messenger in our body to make sure that calcium stays where it's supposed to stay in our bones, and it doesn't get integrated into those tissues where we do not want it. And what's interesting about vitamin K, the familiarity we might all have with vitamin K pertains to its role in clotting. Blood clotting. Many folks who are taking blood clotting medications, they're told to avoid vitamin K1. Vitamin K1 is entirely different from vitamin K2 MK7. So yes, vitamin K1 is an integral part of the clotting, blood clotting mechanism and process in our body. But vitamin K2 MK7, all they do is they share the K in their name. Vitamin K2 MK7 is all about protecting ourselves from the shortfalls of calcium, and calcium has to be in every cell. So as long as calcium's around, there's a risk of calcification. And vitamin K2 MK7 is that natural protection from calcification where we get the benefits. And the 1,000 capsule supply was something requested for quite some time, so we made it available. Also, originally this was a 100 microgram supply. We increased the potency to 120 micrograms a few years ago, so you get higher potency. I was going to say the same great price, but this is by far the best pricing ever on vitamin K2.
Oh, and I do want to point that out again before we move on, because that 1,000 capsules we've never done before. You will not see it going forward, hence why it is flying today. $339.90 is the HSN price today. $149.90 for you, saving $190. Obviously, free shipping and handling. You always have the extended return policy to the end of January. And I wanted to just pop one of these reviews in here because this is great. My bones say thank you. I have bone issues, which I've been treated for a couple of years. I take calcium and magnesium, and I'm glad to have this supplement to send it to my bones where I need it. I appreciate the knowledge of how all these minerals and vitamins work in tandem, and the thought that goes into making it all work together like an orchestra making beautiful music. Thank you. And that's what's happening in our bodies.
And again, the reason why it's a perfect product to talk about with our Essential One, the reason why it's being spoken about separately is if I heard the capsule, so you must have opened that container.
Yes.
As everyone will see, these are liquid. This is a soft gel capsule. So the most affordable way to deliver vitamin K2 is in a liquid form. And obviously our Essential One is a powder capsule. So they're two different forms. So the best way to, kind of like our omega-3s. Our omega-3s are also a liquid capsule. That's why they're separately available. So again, it's an opportunity today to get a high potency of vitamin K2 MK7. And if you look at the research at 120 micrograms, you're right in the sweet spot of the research to get the benefits. And most people think you only need to take vitamin K2 MK7 if you're supplementing calcium. Absolutely not true. We all have calcium in all the tissues of our body. We all have an enormous reservoir of calcium in our bones. As long as there's calcium in our bodies, a lifetime of risk of calcification exists. So even if you get all of the calcium you need perfectly from your diet, you still are exposed to the risk of calcification taking place, and the benefits of vitamin K2 MK7 apply to calcium no matter what its source, whether it's supplement, whether it's diet, whether it's just the endogenous calcium that's in our bones already. It's something that vitamin K2 MK7 ensures that it goes where it's supposed to go and stays there, and has a reduced likelihood of going where we don't want it to go.
Exactly. So at 079992, their number, remember the 1,000 capsules only for today. Incredible savings and well over 8,000.